Holly, I was kind of surprised how well acquainted with the city of Columbus you seem to be. What strikes you about it?
Well, first of all, I come here a lot. I've been coming here for 20 years, and what strikes me about Columbus is how much it's changed. So, I was talking about, I've come here for football for so long, but we always stay out in Worthington, so we're kind of isolated. Well, these sporting events, like the Women's Volleyball National Championship, the Road to Columbus event in November, and then the Final Four, we've stayed downtown, and it's given me a whole different view. And I think Columbus is booming right now. There's new businesses, there's cute funky shops, there's great restaurants. Like, I'm not joking, I dropped so much money here. I was like, what are you doing? But I really feel this vibrancy and this change in Columbus. And I even have some friends that live here on the outskirts of Columbus. I'm like, have you guys been downtown lately? And they said no. I said, you've got to get downtown, it's so fun.
I know one anecdote you shared during the morning sports report was that you still have a Buckeye given to you by John Cooper. Is that typical for you? Do you have a lot of memorabilia from coaches, or is this like...
No, I don't have a lot of memorabilia for coaches, but it was the first time I'd ever worked an Ohio State game, and Ohio State was the team that year. And under his tenure, if you'll remember, they were 10 wins every year, it seemed like. And so that Buckeye was kind of my first introduction to Ohio State football, and it meant something to me that he was so kind and generous. And he gave it to me and said, I always carry one of these in my pocket. It's good luck. And so I've kept it all these years, and I just think that's really neat that I still have that all these years later. It meant something to me.
I imagine, just from your aura, that you do feel like you have indeed been very lucky. Where do you feel like you're at in your career, where you want to be, where you're going?
Well, I feel like I'm doing everything I want to be doing. I'm doing a lot of the biggest events. In college sports in particular, I'm doing almost all the national championships that ESPN has. So for me, I think that's really important. We just added a new national championship this year, beach volleyball, and it was the most unbelievable sport I've ever worked. It was crazy. Like, we're running from court to court through the sand. I worked barefoot. It was so cool. So I love that I'm still able to be passionate about and doing what I want to be doing. I heard a quote once. Somebody said, make the big time where you are instead of always trying to chase to the big time. So I look at every event I do as the biggest event I'll ever do, and that served me well in my career. I'm never looking to get to another step. I'm looking to be the best at the step I'm with, and I think that's been good advice.